Welcome everybody to Scott Park Field as the Spring Arbor University Cougars tee off against the Toledo Rockets. Today it's going to be myself, Matthew Plumetash, and my partner Andrew Jones. Andrew, we got a good one today.
Yeah, we do. It's an interesting matchup here as Spring Arbor has come down to Toledo on a kind of last-minute unplanned game. And University of Toledo is an NCAA D1 school, so a little bit of a mismatch there, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so into this game, Toledo checks in 12 and 20. They're 6-6 in their conference. Against non-conference though, they are 6 and 14. So this is one that Spring Arbor could potentially come and steal a game from them. Spring Arbor away, they're 10 and 7. On the year though, they're 18 and 20. They're 9 and 8 in the Crossroads League. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. So starting lineup for Spring Arbor as always is going to be leading off third baseman Chris Triplett. Then it's batting second, Jack Driscoll. Batting third, the center fielder, Francisco Andina. The designated hitter today is Vincent Hirschberger. Catcher, Peyton Harding, is batting fifth. And sixth is the right fielder, Evan Laurie. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Josiah Kitchen. Batting eighth, the first baseman, Emilio Perez. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Danilo Leon. They are teeing off against Kyle Bischoff. Number 16, the freshman, checks into this game 0-1. He's appeared in 11 games. He's pitched 12 innings, given up 15 hits, 25 earned runs. He's 18 walks and 15 strikeouts. And batters are batting .312 against him. So stepping in is Chris Triplett. Chris is batting .284 on the season. First pitch from Bischoff inside for a ball. Bischoff, we'll see what he features. That first one was a good fastball. We'll see if Spring Arbor can kind of set the tone, perhaps, because when Toledo, when their opponents score first, they're 2 and 14. So it'd be crucial for Spring Arbor to manufacture a run here early in this game, as that 2-0 pitch is in for a strike. The 2-1 offering from Bischoff, swung on and missed by Triplett. Evens the count up at 2-2. On the mound for Spring Arbor is going to be their ace, Sam Emilar. He's had a rough go of things as of late, but he's looking to rebound here. 2-2 pitch, swung on, fouled back to the screen. And Andrew, you got to wonder if Kyle Bischoff is going to try to overpower these Cougar hitters, but they are a good fastball hitting team. 2-2 pitch, check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. That fills up the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Chris Triplett, as a leadoff hitter, he's batting .381. Could love a leadoff base runner here in the full offering from Bischoff. Swung on and missed. He got him on the strikeout. So 1 up, 1 down as Kyle Bischoff strikes out Chris Triplett. And now that's going to bring up the second baseman, Jack Driscoll. Jack's batting .312 on the season. Look for him to get on because he loves to go. He has 22 stolen bases on the year. First pitch is swung on and missed. Bring the count to 0-1. The 0-2 or 0-1 pitch misses inside, 1-1. Kyle Bischoff coming in at 6'1", freshman from Macomb, Michigan. 1-1 pitch, swung on and popped up a mile high. It's going to stay in play as the catcher, Michael Ryan, sits under it for the out number 2 of the inning. And that is going to bring up the speedy center fielder, Francisco Andina. Francisco has been the man at the plate. He's batting .306, 12 doubles, 33 RBIs, with a .396 on base percentage. So he digs in. And against right-handed pitching, he's owned them. He has .323 batting average. First pitch is in for a strike. The 0-1. Swung on, fouled back out of play. Bischoff is going to be one of the more live arms Spring Arbor is going to see this season, as we can see a radar gun down there by someone. And that last pitch clocked in at 91. So big live right-handed arm.
Not only does he have just a strong arm, but he's just pitching very confidently. Everything from how he receives the throw from the catcher to how he just leaves the mound. He just seems like a very confident pitcher coming into this game.
Yeah, definitely does. It looks like the Rockets outfield isn't really respecting Francisco, as they're playing way in on him. He has a lot of pop in this bat, as we've seen this year. So the 0-2 from Bischoff. Swung on and missed. Quick 1-2-3 inning for Kyle Bischoff. It's going to take us to the bottom of the first inning. Game is still locked up 0-0. This is the Cougar Sports Network. Bottom of the first inning. As starting pitcher Sam Memlar takes the mound. Sam Memlar checks in this game 5-5, 5.31 ERA. He's pitched 61 innings, 68 hits against him, 60 strikeouts to 30 walks. That's a good ratio to have. 2 strikeouts to 1 walk. First pitch, swung on, popped up down the left field line. Triplets charging. That's going to go foul. So around the diamond for your Cougars. In left field, Josiah Kitchen. Center field, Francisco Andina. In right field, Evan Laurie. At third baseman in the hot corners, Chris Triplett. Shortstop, Danilo Leon. Second baseman, Jack Driscoll. First baseman, Emilio Perez. And behind the dish, Peyton Hardy. Quickly in an 0-2 count now. For the leadoff hitter, Brad Boss. He's batting .293 on the season. 21 RBIs. He is a strikeout candidate, as it's 38 on the season. The 0-2 off-speed pitch rings him up for the first out of the bottom of the first. Sam Memlar rings up Brad Boss. As now that brings up to the mound Zach Schwarzenberger. He's batting .244. He's played in 15 games, 11 hits, 4 RBIs. First pitch to Zach. Swung on and missed. Fouled down into the dirt. Now it's going to be crucial for Spring Arbor to put a 0 on this board, as in the first inning, opponents are outscoring them 37-26 in the first. That's going to come up and in and hit Zach Schwarzenberger for the first runner of the game, as that's going to bring up the man to watch in this one, Ross Adolph. The junior center fielder is batting .344, has 44 hits, 9 doubles, 4 triples, 10 home runs with 40 RBIs. And he's also a threat on base, as he has stolen 8 bases in 8 attempts. So this is going to be the guy to watch on this Rocket lineup. First pitch, curveball inside, misses. 0-1. 1-0, excuse me. The 1-0 away in. But it's kind of 2-0. Sam having a hard time finding a feel for the ball. Count is 2-0. Runner on first. Schwarzenberger on first hasn't attempted a stolen base this season. 2-0 is going to go in and hit Ross Adolph, so it's back-to-back hit batters. Puts runners at first and second with 1 out. Andrew, I haven't seen that much this season.
I really haven't, and you've got to know it's from MLR. It's just got to be a mental game right now. He just came into it expecting them to bat well. I think he's just a little shook by that. So yeah, he just needs to refocus and really look back at his catcher and just really, hone in on it every pitch individually. I think he has the capacity to do that as well.
Absolutely. So that's going to bring up the first baseman, Dalton Bollinger. The senior's batting .298 on the season. 11 RBIs, .394 on base percentage. Would love to see a ground ball here get him out of this inning. First pitch from MLR. In for strike. Yeah, with Sam, he isn't shaken very easily. Very poised there on the mound. He's just going to battle. It might not look the cleanest, might not look good out there, but he gets the job done. The 0-1 bouncing in the dirt. Good block there by Harding. Evens the count up 1-1. So 1-1 count from MLR. I'd love to maybe see that 2-seamer away. Get him to roll over on it, or off-speed pitch, low and away. The 1-1 from Sam. Runners go. Swung on, fouled out of play. Hit and run there. Moves the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bollinger does strike out. He has 14 strikeouts and 84 at bats, so doesn't strike out very often. Very disciplined hitter. Would love to see a strikeout here, though. Sam checks around a second. Once, twice. Comes home. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up. We'll see if that stays in play. Perez going near the fence. That's going to hit off the top of the dugout. Out of play. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck for the Rockets is AJ Montoya. So going to do it one more time. Same sets, 1-2 pitch. All speed, just off the plate. Evens the count up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. When Toledo scores first, they're 10-6. So you would love to get out of this inning with a 0 on the board. As that 2-2 offering misses away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners on first and second. Bottom of the first inning. Sam MLR on the mound. Full offering from Sam. Runners go. 3-2, swung on, popped up. Perez is under it. And that is going to be caught for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs is going to bring up the right fielder, A.J. Montoya, with runners at first and second base. Montoya's batting .212 on the season. 14 RBIs, 51 strikeouts, which leads this team. So big strikeout, high strikeout guy in that right-hand hitter's batter's box. Really need to attack him. Sam sets. First pitch taken for a strike. Right at the knees on a good fastball. Sam's going to top out around mid-80s with that fastball. He's not a guy that's going to overpower you, but he's going to hit his spots. Good crafty left-hander. The 0-1 pitch. Off speed misses away. Sam's having a hard time finding that off-speed pitch. As if he's looking to go a couple innings, it's going to be huge for him to find. So he's got a good curveball changeup. He's really going to have to locate it well against a good hitting Rocket team. The 1-1. Swung on a miss. Moves count 1 ball, 2 strikes. That was a good power forcing fastball low and away. Got Montoya to swing and miss on it. So would love to see Sam get another strikeout here. He sets, checks the runners, comes home, the 1-2. Swung on, grounded to third baseman. Triplett fields it, steps on third base for the third out of the inning as that ends the first. Game still scoreless, 0-0. Head to the top of the second base. You're watching the Cougar Sports Network. To lead things off in the top of the second inning is a designated hitter, Vincent Hirschberger, a.k.a. Mr. Boombastic. Vincent's batting .295 on the season, 3 big flies, 24 RBIs. Just been a force as a freshman in the 4-hole. First pitch to him, taken for a strike. Kyle Bischoff still on the mound. Love to see Vincent turn around a 90s fastball. As that one misses, evens the count 1-1. As all Hirschberger has to do is just meet it, and that ball's going to go a long way. 1-1 low in the dirt. Moves the count 2 balls, 1 strike. If any of you want to see a show, come watch Vincent Hirschberger hit batting practice. He was crushing those balls. 2-1 misses away, brings the count 3 balls, 1 strike. Hirschberger has a smooth left-handed swing. .3-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled back out of play. Fills the count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Hirschberger digs in, big open stance, Waves a bat over his head. 3-2 pitch. Taken. Ball 4 away. Good disciplined take there by the freshman. Puts a leadoff runner on first for the catcher, Peyton Harding.
Number 16, Peyton Harding.
Peyton Harding, freshman catcher. Batting .265. 8 RBIs. He's just been a very disciplined hitter. Done his job. Like right now, he's not looking to really get on base. He's just looking to move that runner up to second base. And he goes around a bunt, comes up and in, pulls the bat back for ball 1. So Harding digs back in. More than likely is going to put the bunt down again. The 1-0 squares around, pulls it back, ball 2.
And I really like seeing Peyton Harding working this pitcher here. Looking at the pitcher, Kyle Bershoff, he has the highest ERA on the team, so they can only get better from here. Of course, this is only his second start of the season, so he's not a regular pitcher by any means. So if the Cougars are looking to capitalize on that, they just got to keep working him like this. And so I really like seeing Peyton Harding just taking those pitches.
Yeah, they've seen Toledo. They've seen Bischoff come in the games. This is his 12th game, his first one starting, or second game starting. He's coming in. He's just about throwing about an inning per appearance. But it's going to be interesting to see how far he can go into this game, as the count is 3 balls, no strikes to Peyton Harding. 3-0 pitch. Taken, ball 4 inside. So back-to-back walks. Puts runners at first and second with no outs. For the right fielder, Evan Laurie, who against right-handed pitching is batting .328. With runners on base, Laurie's batting .256. 9 RBIs and a home run. So even though he's a pretty slender guy there in the left-handed hitter's box, there's some pop in this bat. More than likely, though, I would be expecting him to put the bunt down. Bischoff sets, comes home. He does square on the bunt, pops it up right to the catcher. Out number 1, throw to second is in time, and that's going to be a double play for the Rockets. And that is a gut punch to the Cougars, as Evan Laurie popped it up right to the catcher. And the catcher, Michael Ryan, fired down to short to Chris Myers for 2 outs. And now with 2 outs, runners on first, brings up Josiah Kitchen. Really need this freshman to step up and put a ball in the gap here. First pitch misses away. 4 ball. Kitchen's batting .288. First one misses away. 1-0 count. Swung on and missed. Evens the count up 1-1. And you're right, when Spring Arbor was looking like they were going to do some damage. Taken away just like that.
Yeah, I think it was just a combination of a iffy bunt there, which I agree with the bunt call for sure. Just the bunt wasn't taken well, and then I believe that was Hirschberger was on second. He just wasn't ready for that. He was ready to take third base, and that wasn't the case.
No, that 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. So moves the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Short lead at first from Harding. The 1-2 swung on, fouled back to the screen. And a reset. On deck for the Cougars, the first baseman, Emilio Perez. The 1-2. Curveball, strike 3 called, got Kitchen looking. So it's going to take us to the bottom of the second inning. Game still scoreless. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network.
Myers.
To lead things off here for the Rockets in the bottom of the second inning is the shortstop, Chris Myers. Myers digs in, left-handed batter, batting .271. 6'3" from Miamisburg, Ohio. He's a freshman. Takes the first one away for a ball. Lefty-lefty matchup advantage to Memlar. The 1-0. Off-speed pitch. Good curve there by Sam. Evens count up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Love to see Sam change the eye level. He's thrown a lot of off-speed pitches so far. So trying to stay, just keep changing the pitches up. That one smoked. Good play there by Jack Driscoll at second base. Sliding to his left, slides, picks it up, spins, fires to first in time for the first out of the inning. As that's going to bring up the third baseman, number 24, Trace Hatfield. Hatfield's batting .219 on the season. First pitch, strike away. On that two-seam fastball. The 0-1 from Sam. That curveball just misses low. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. And you'd love to see Sam pitching to contact. Because he has a good defense behind him. We've seen all season long. This one's drilled down the left field line. That's hooking. Going to go foul. Bring the count to 1-2. So we've seen a good defense all season long by the Cougars. So you'd like to see Sam kind of pitch a little more to contact and trust his defense.
You're absolutely right. And you can sometimes tell that these guys are just looking for more action. You can only sit there in outfield watching the pitcher for so long, right?
Right. So, strikeout opportunity here. The 1-2 pitch from Sam. Swung on, grounded to the shortstop. Leon's charging, picks it up, fires to first. Off his back foot, and that one's going to be high. I'm not really sure why he didn't set his feet on the throw. Is that more than likely? That might go down as an error to Leon.
Number 34.
And it's interesting, too, watching Leon in warm-ups earlier. He was just throwing dimes absolutely on any of their practice hits. And so it's unfortunate to see him with a high throw there, but he can definitely recover from that.
Absolutely. That one's going to go down as a hit. So with 1 out, runner on first, going to bring up the catcher, Michael Ryan. Batting .202. First pitch from Sam. Swung on, grounded to the second baseman, Driscoll. Picks it up, flips it to short. Fires to first in time for the inning-ending double play. That goes. Driscoll, Leon, Perez, inning over. Head to the top of the third inning. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network. to lead things off in the top of the third inning is going to be the first baseman, Emilio Perez. Perez batting 8th in the Cougar lineup. Perez batting .247 on the season with limited appearances at the plate. We've seen him play DH, first base. He's pinch hit a couple times. While his average might be a little below average at .247, his on-base percentage is .394. And that's thanks to him getting plunked so many times. As he's gotten hit 11 times at the plate. Takes the first one for a ball. Perez in that right-handed batter's box swings and drives this one to right field. The right fielder, that's A.J. Montoya. Look, he went to his left, went in, went back, went to his right, and then makes a catch. A little shaky out there, but he retired the first out. And that's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, and Danilo Leon. Leon digs into this game, batting .247, has 18 RBIs. So the outfield is playing way in here for Leon. That fastball buzzes him up and in, takes it. Count moves 1-0. On deck is the leadoff hitter, Chris Triplett. The 1-0 swung on, fouled back, out of play. Evens it up 1-1. Beautiful day for baseball, Andrew.
Absolutely. It's a little bit chilly for me, but it's about 45 degrees outside, but sunny as can be, so.
You're used to that Alabama weather.
Yes, sir.
1-1 pitch misses away. 2-1. It's crazy. Right now it's about 45 here in Toledo, but if you go about 2 hours north of Spring Arbor, they have about 10 inches of snow on the ground.
Oh, that is insane. Michigan's been doing something interesting recently, that's for sure.
That fastball's going to miss low and away, but the count 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Now, Andrew, you'd love to see Spring Arbor keep working the count against Kyle Bischoff.
Absolutely, and I think it's just huge for the Cougars to come into this inning, keeping the Rockets scoreless. That's just a great mentality booster, and right now you just got to enjoy this at bat and working the pitcher like he did right there, taking that fourth one for a ball as Leon's on base.
Yeah, that puts Leon at first base, 1 out for this leadoff hitter, Chris Triplett. Triplett the junior digs in. Really need to get something going here. As he struck out, swinging his last time up. Pick off the first, not in time. Leon has stolen 9 bases in 12 attempts, so he can swipe a bag here and there. Gonna have to keep an eye on him over there at first base, as we know Coach Markman loves being aggressive. That one's gonna go all the way to the screen, and that Leon's gonna take second base easily. Oh, Tripp's going around second base, but he comes back, hobbling a little bit. Looks like he might have rolled that ankle at second. And he's gonna call for time. So as he's at second base, time's called. We're going to step away. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network. So Leon looks like he's okay. Still hobbling there at second base, but he's staying in the game. Count 1-0 to Chris Triplett. Base hit. Hopefully would score Leon. Hope his ankle isn't hurting him too bad. As that one misses inside. Count is now 2 balls, no strikes. Markin went over to check on him. Leon looks like he's okay now. He's walking around. Still trying to flex that ankle out. 2-0 count to Triplett. Runner at second base. Looks him back to second. Steps off. Bischoff digs back in.
Yeah, Leon says, hey, I might have rolled my ankle, but it's not going to stop me from trying to steal third.
Yeah, he has. We've seen him do it a couple times. 2-0 pitch, misses away. Throw it on to second base, not in time. As that's going to put 3 balls, no strikes to Chris Triplett, a dangerous hitter. As he has 17 RBIs on the season, looking for the 18th here with a base hit. Bischoff sets. Triplett should get a good pitch to hit here if he chooses to swing. 3-0. High for ball 4. So that's going to be 4 straight balls. Puts runners at first and second base for the second baseman, Jack Driscoll.
Number 2, Jack Driscoll.
And Chris Triplett's somebody to watch out for on base as well. He has 17 stolen bases out of 22 attempts. So
2 speedsters out there on the mound. Wouldn't be surprised to see a double steal. As it's going to bring the manager for the Rockets out to the mound as they're going to talk. We're going to take yet another break. Spring Arbor, runners at first and second base. 1 out for Jack Driscoll. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network. So Jack Driscoll digs back in. Looking to find the gaps out there as Toledo's outfield is showing no respect for Spring Arbor's batters as they're playing pretty far in. First pitch to Jack, puts a bunt around, and the throw goes to the screen once more. So Leon's going to take third, Triplett up to second. That pretty much did his bunt for him. As now he can swing away. As it counts 1 ball, no strikes. Runners at second and third. That's Leon at third. Triplett at second. On deck for Spring Arbor's Francisco Andina. Jack Driscoll. 16 RBIs. A base hit here could give Spring Arbor the 2-0 lead. As the corners for the Rockets are playing in. It's odd that they have the shortstop and second baseman playing really far back with the corners in. A 1-0 pitch, taken high. Moves the count to 2 balls, no strikes. So we've seen 2 walks last inning, 2 walks so far this inning. 2-0 offering a called strike on the outer edge on the four-seam fastball. It's pretty much all we've seen from Bischoff is that good fastball he has. So it's looking like he's just pretty much trying to throw it past the Cougar batters. But he's having a hard time locating it. 2-1 misses away. Puts the count 3 balls, 1 strike. I know Coach Markin would take a ball 4 here, as well as Jack Driscoll would, as that would load the bases for Spring Arbor's best hitter, who's on deck. Bischoff gets a sign, he comes set. The 3-1. Swung on, fouled up and out of play. I'm surprised that Jack swung at that one. It looked like it was a little high. Probably would have been called a strike, but it might have gone either way.
I agree. I think Jack's just eager to get a hit off at this point because a hit would almost for sure ensure a run. So
right. Full count pitch, swung on down the right field line. That's going to just go foul by about 1.5 feet. That would have scored too easily. As we're going to reset, Driscoll just try to bloop that right down the right field line. Just laid on it. So he digs back in. Full count offering. Bischoff sets, comes home. Swung on, fouled, out of play once more. As Driscoll is not going down without a fight. which is what I like to see, Andrew, because Bischoff's had a hard time finding the strike zone, so you wonder if he can just keep pounding the strike zone long enough for Driscoll to keep fighting him off and get a walk. This one swung on, popped up down the first base line. Going to be a tough play. And the first baseman, Dalton Bollinger, cannot get there in enough time. So it's going to be yet 3 straight foul balls from Jack as he's just fighting these ones off. Waiting for that 4th ball or a good enough pitch to put in play. 3-2 pitch. Swung on ground at third baseman. Right off his glove, and everyone's going to be safe as that's going to bring around the first run of the game. An RBI single from Jack Driscoll. Puts runners at the corners now, as well as the first run of the game, as they lead this game 1-0. As that's going to bring up Francisco Andina, the slugging center fielder, who digs back in. And like we said earlier in this game, against Toledo, when the opposition scores first, they're 2-14. So we'd love to see Spring Arbor just keep adding on the runs here.
Absolutely, and Andina just loves this opportunity too. I can't talk sometimes, Matt. With runners on the corners, it's just an easy opportunity. He loves just taking advantage of it.
He swings at the first pitch into center field. That's going to be trouble. It's going to be rained down, but Triplett's going to tag up. He's going to score easily. So good at bat there by Andina. Plates yet another run. Spring Arbor leads this game 2-0. As that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Vincent Hirschberger, with Jack Driscoll still at first. And like we said at the last couple games, Jack Driscoll is going for that stolen base record.
That he is.
He has on the season, he has 22 stolen bases. So I would not be surprised to see him try to go here with 2 outs.
And the man just is made of pure speed, so it's just fun to watch him try and take
Absolutely. But at the same time, you don't really want to risk getting thrown out with Hirschberger batting with the runner on.
Mm-hmm.
Bischoff checks Driscoll at first, comes set, steps off, throws over to first. So with the 2 pickoff moves that we've seen from Bischoff, it hasn't been the best or quickest move. So we can't really judge his pickoff move quite yet. He comes set. Driscoll takes off for second. Throw down to second base, not in time. Driscoll slides in safely for stolen base number 23 on the season. As he jumped and got a great jump off of Kyle Bischoff. And he slid in easily. Strike was called. So a single by Hirschberger could play yet another run. The 0-1. Swung on and missed by Hirschberger. He's mad at himself. He got a good pitch to hit there. He was just tardy on it. Moves the count, no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jack Driscoll at second base for the Cougars. They've scored 2 this inning, looking for another. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, got the strikeout. But not before. Spring Arbor scores 2 in the top of the 3rd inning. Headed to the bottom. Spring Arbor leads it 2-0. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network. Pitching change for the Cougars as Sam Memlar comes out of this game pitching 2 scoreless innings, giving up 1 hit as he hands the ball off to the Bulldog, Duncan Patterson. Toes the mound. Love to see him go 2, maybe 3 innings. First pitch from Duncan, a called strike on the good fastball. 0-1 count from Patterson. Swung on, blooped into right field. Driscoll's under it for the first out of the inning.
Never heard it.
So 1 up, 1 down is now going to bring up the leadoff hitter and Brad Boss. Andrew, it's going to be absolutely crucial for Duncan to get out of this inning with a 0 on the board.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
You don't want Toledo to pounce back. Like they do have the offense to do it, so you just want to put another 0 on the board, and then to come back in the 4th inning to add a couple more runs.
Mm-hmm.
As that's fouled back to the screen, evens it up 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 from Patterson. Curveball swung on right to second baseman. Driscoll picks it up, flips to first. 2 up, 2 down. Love to see that from Duncan. Coming in, he always pitches mad. We've seen him, and he pitches absolutely angry with a fire. And it's absolutely beautiful to see. And he's coming in, throwing strikes, being aggressive, pitching to contact. And he has 2 outs so far. That brings up Zach Schwarzenberger. And I would love to see them retire him.
Absolutely.
And leave Ross Adolph to lead off next inning. First one called strike on that fastball outside.
You know, I really respect Markin's decision to put Duncan in right after the 2nd inning. It's not that Memlar was doing anything wrong. It was just you got to change up this pitcher to make sure they're not getting too comfortable.
Right, absolutely. You had Memlar went through that lineup rather quickly. And then as it flipped around, he was thinking, I think I should maybe throw another pitcher in to give him something else to look at. Or maybe he's thinking, hey, we have a conference matchup this weekend. I don't want my 2 guys going too long.
Yeah.
2-1 pitch, misses low. Puts the count 3 balls, 1 strike to Schwarzenberger. Duncan doesn't walk too many people. He's only walked about, looks like 18 batters in 51 innings of work. But that's going to be his 19th walk. As he walks, number 9, Zach Schwarzenberger. He's at first base, and that's going to bring up the guy you didn't want to see this inning with the runner on, and Ross Adolph. Spring Arbor, Sam Memlar got him out in the 1st inning. But here in the bottom of the 3rd, he's got a chance to tie this game up with 1 swing of the bat. Curveball misses away for ball 1. I think Duncan really shouldn't worry about who's up to bat. He just needs to worry about hitting his spots. Him and Harding need to be on the same page. Pick off to first, not in time. And Duncan really just needs to change speed, change the eye level, and pitch with the lead. Instead of giving up first pitch balls, he needs that first pitch strikes. The 1-0 is in for a strike, evens it up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Each team has 1 hit, but Spring Arbor leads this game 2-0. Duncan sets, checks the runner at first. Comes home, the 1-1 just misses away. Puts the count 2 balls, 1 strike. I'd like to see Duncan fire one inside, whether that's in the strike zone or not, because he can throw his curveball for a strike in any count. So I would not mind seeing the throw fastball in on the hands here. 2-1 is inside. 4 ball, moves the count 3 balls, 1 strike. Quick meeting on the mound. But I would like to see in this pitch Duncan go with off speed. Because you walk him, and then you have another good batter in Dalton Bollinger, who's batting just about 300. So you really want to throw a strike here, and I'm sure Adolph is sitting on a fastball, so you got to change it up maybe. Throw a curve, maybe change up. Has to be first strike. 3-1 is a fastball. Swung on in the air down the left field line. Josiah's charging on it. He's going to... Oh, it comes right out of his glove. They had the 3rd out of the inning. But it just popped out of Kitchen's glove, and he's fuming down there in the left field foul line. Pops in and out of his glove, foul. It's going to be an error on Kitchen.
And that's something we've seen Josiah Kitchen struggle with a few times here and there, and just dropping the hits that he shouldn't. And I think that's just a freshman mistake. It's just something he needs to work on and needs the experience to learn how to get over that.
Absolutely, and he's really kicking himself in left field. He's good. He's fine. Talking to him, he's learning the outfield. He played infield his entire high school career. He's never played the outfield. So when Markinen asked him to play left field, he's all over it. He loves to do it. But it's going to come with growing pains, like we've seen so far this season. He's looked like an infielder playing outfield. But as his career goes on, he's going to be a very valuable piece in this Cougar offense and defense.
Absolutely.
So ball 4 to Adolph, puts runners at first and second with 2 outs. For the first baseman, Dalton Bollinger takes that first pitch curveball, first strike. From Duncan. Duncan sets, checks runner to second base, comes home. Fastball swung on, popped up, back out of play. Evens the count up one. Excuse me, no it doesn't. Puts him deeper in the hole, no balls, 2 strikes. So Duncan looking for a strikeout here. And he's a strikeout pitcher. He has 47 strikeouts and 50 innings of work. Little under a strikeout an inning. Love to see a fastball eye level. The 0-2 is a fastball right down the middle, and that's drilled down the left field line. Kitchen gets to it, picks it up, fires it in. As that's going to be a 2-out double for Dalton Bollinger. Scores the Rockets' first run of the game and puts them in business, as there is now runners at second and third base with 2 outs. I think Duncan gave him a way too good of a pitch to hit there in the 0-2 count. I think he was going for that fastball high in the zone, but it just that was right down the middle. And he was all over it. So now he's in a bit of a jam here. Runners at second and third. It is 2-1. Spring Arbor lead with 2 outs. Outfield's playing it. Infield's playing back. First pitch in, first strike. Patterson sets. The 0-1 curveball up and in, misses him. But not by much. That evens the count 1-1. Duncan looks to his catcher, Harding. He gets the sign, checks the runners, comes home, 1-1. Curveball swung on into left field. Kitchen's charging on it. He's under it. He makes a catch for the 3rd out of the inning. The Rockets, they're on the board. Spring Arbor still leads this one, though, 2-1. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network. To kick things off in the top of the 4th inning is the catcher, Peyton Harding. He digs in. Spring Arbor lead trims to 1. As it's Spring Arbor 2, Toledo 1. First pitch swung on, back out of play. As we have a new pitcher in the game, in the form of number 35, Bryce Davis. He's a freshman. The 0-1 pitchman bounces in.
And similar to Bischoff, Davis is this is his 11th appearance in the game. He's only started 1, so not necessarily a constant pitcher for them.
No, he checks into this game with a 5.4 ERA. He's appeared in 10 games. He's pitched a total of 16 innings, giving up 17 hits in those innings. He's a good strikeout pitcher, 20 strikeouts, but 25 walks, which is common. High walks in these big right-handers with a good plus fastball. And opponents are hitting 258 off of him. 2-1 count here to Harding. Bounces in. Good scoop there by the catcher. Puts count 3 balls, 1 strike for the catcher Harding. 3-1 pitch, swung on, fouled off the catcher. He's on the ground. He's in some pain. Those catchers are tough boys back there, Andrew.
Mm-hmm. Tougher than me, that's for sure. Oh, that's why I'm in the box and not down there, right, Matt?
Absolutely. That's why we're up here. We get to watch it. These boys get to play the game, but they also get the repercussions of playing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be ball 4 to Harding as he takes the first no-out walk to start this inning, as that's going to put Evan Laurie up to the plate. I'm surprised that they don't have a courtesy runner over there for the catcher, as Harding's going to run the bases. Davis sets, checks Harding at first, comes home. Laurie goes around a bunt, pulls it back for a ball, misses outside. So, quick meeting on the mound between the catcher, Michael Ryan, and the pitcher, Bryce Davis. Trying to get on the same page. Just say, hey, throw strikes. This guy's trying to bunt. He's giving us an out. The 1-0 pitch to Laurie. Runner goes. Swung on. Popped up down the left field line. Third baseman's under it. Makes a catch for the first out of the inning. Peyton Harding jogs on back to first base, as Laurie's not happy with himself in that at-bat. With 1 out, it's going to bring up the left fielder, Josiah Kitchen. Maybe needs to get a base hit here to make up for that error last inning, which costed his team a run. Kitchen digs in. First pitch to him, goes around a bunt, pulls it back, misses away. It's a common thing to see in Division I sports is big right-hander with a big live arm. But they go to these smaller Division I schools like at Toledo because they have a hard time throwing strikes, which is what we've seen so far from Kyle Bischoff and now Bryce Davis is they have good stuff, but they just have a hard time commanding it. Which isn't uncommon to see in freshmen, who these guys in high school might have had a lot of success because they have a big fastball and can just throw it by people. But as they go in Division I sports or just collegiate baseball at all, These batters can hit these plus fastballs, so they need to start incorporating their off-speed pitches that might lack a little, which is what we've seen so far today. 3-0 count now to Kitchen. 3-0 pitch misses, ball 4. That's going to be 4 straight balls to Kitchen. Puts runners at first and second now with 1 out for the first baseman, Emilio Perez.
Number 30, Emilio Perez.
So Perez digs in, runners at first and second. First pitch to Perez, fastball, called strike on the outer edge. Perez batting .296 with runners in scoring position. The 0-1 taken low and away, evens it up 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 swung on and fouled. Back to the screen. Puts count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Harding not the biggest base stealing threat out there at second base. Kitchen on first has some speed, so something in the gap here. Could score 2. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball just misses away. Excellent time to pull out that pitch from Davis. But just misses away. Good discipline by Perez to lay off. Evens the count up 2 balls, 2 strikes. Davis sets, checks, runner at second comes home. Fastball misses high, gets to the screen, and the runners are going to advance. Harding to third, Kitchen to second. Fills up the count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Would love a big hit here from Perez. He has been struggling as of late. He has been barreling balls up, but they've just gone to the fielders. More specifically, the outfielders, as there's a lot of power in this bat. Three-two pitch to Perez, misses ball 4. So that loads the bases with 1 out for the shortstop, Danilo Leon. Now with the bases loaded, Danilo Leon is the man. He's batting .714 as he's 5 for 7 with the bases loaded so far this season. That's good for 10 RBIs. And that's going to bring out a visit on the mound. So with the bases loaded, we're going to step away. Danilo Leon steps up to the plate with the bases juiced. 1 out. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network. So Leon digs in with the bases loaded. 1 out for the new pitcher, number 32. The name of the game for the Rockets, Nolan Silverhorn.
Yeah, Matt, I think that just might win best name on the team.
It might. We're going to go to the committee in between innings to double check. But I think he's in the lead right now. First pitch swung on by Leon, fouled back backing out of play. The 0-1 misses up and in. Silverhorn checks into this game with a 6.75 ERA. He's only pitched in 5 innings. So very limited stuff here from the senior. Gets Leon to chase on that one. As that moves the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chris Triplett on deck. Spring Arbor needs to find a way to score 1 more run here. At least 1. The 1-2 pitch fouled back to the screen. Leon just needs to barrel something up because he's going to be hard to turn 2 on as he has some speed. The 1-2 pitch to Perez. Up and in and hits him. That's going to be a run for Spring Arbor as Danilo Leon is not happy. But he just took one for his team and got his team a run. Walks on down to first base. He's feeling it. Hit him up in the right arm. Left arm, right in the bicep. But I'm sure he flexed on that baseball and hurt the baseball more than it hurt him.
Oh, absolutely.
So now it's going to bring up the third baseman, Chris Triplett. And so far this season, with the bases loaded, Chris Triplett is 3 for 5. That's good for a 600 batting average, with 7 RBIs.
You've got to love to see those stats right there.
Those are some stats that you absolutely love to see. First pitch is in first strike. Chris Triplett steps out, adjusts his batting gloves, digs back in. Would love to see Triplett find the green in center field. Curveball in for strike. Pulled the string on it. Now moves the count. No balls, 2 strikes for Triplett. The 0-2. Fastball away, and that misses. Moves the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chris Triplett just needs to barrel it up, put it in play. Figure a way to manufacture a run. The 1-2, that's away as well. Evens it up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Top of the 4th inning, bases loaded for Spring Arbor. Silverhorn sets. Comes home, 2-2. Taken, 3rd strike on that fastball away. Rings up Chris Triplett for the 2nd time today. So now it's going to bring up Jack Driscoll. Bases loaded, 2 outs now. As Driscoll with the bases loaded this season with 2 outs, he's 1 for 3.
And if you're Spring Arbor playing a team this big, you just can't afford to leave 3 on base going out of the inning.
No, you
It would be excellent to see a great hit here from Driscoll for sure.
Driscoll this season with the bases loaded is 4 for 7. So a lot of success. First pitch of Driscoll, check swing. Did he go? They're going to say he did not. So that fastball missed away. 1-0 count to Jack. The 1-0. Swung on and missed. Pops out of the catcher's glove. Runners hold. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cloud starting to form.
Though I just checked the weather, Matt, and don't worry, we should be clear of rain for another few hours. So that's good to see.
I hope so. As these clouds getting a little dark here at Scott Park. The 1-1 pitch to Driscoll. Goes around a bunt, pulls it back. That moves the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Trying to pull a fast one on the third baseman for the Rockets. And Trace Hatfield, who's playing pretty far back. Now he's up to the edge of the grass. But Jackson, a good hitter's count. 2-1. That pitch misses away. Puts the count 3 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. Bases loaded. I know Jack would take a ball here. 3-1 pitch to Driscoll. Swung on and missed. And that changeup fills the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners are going to be off with the pitch. So a single will bring in 2. Silberhorn sets. Comes home. And misses outside. Ball 4. That's going to walk in another run. Spring Arbor leads this one 4-1. As now that brings up the man you did not want to see with the bases loaded. And Francisco Andina.
Andina's just walking up to that plate right now as if he owns it. I love that confidence.
Andina's 2 for 7 on the season with the bases loaded, and that's going to bring out another meeting on the mound. So with 2 outs, bases loaded, Spring Arbor up 4-1. They're going to be making yet another pitching change. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network. As Andina digs in, he's up against a left-hander, and number 14, Axel Buter. First one misses away. Lefty-lefty matchup, advantage to Buter. And the 1-0, fastball low, bouncing in, as now the count moves 2-0. Axel, the senior. Lefty. 6'1", 175 from Waseon, Ohio. He's in a hole. Francisco Andina, 2-0. Andina could pull it right down the right field line, and he'll score all three of them. 2-0, taken away for a strike. You don't want to give Francisco anything to pull, as there's a lot of power to the pull field. 2-1 count, 2 outs, bases loaded for the 3-hole hitter, Francisco Andina. The 2-1 swung on into center field. He got under it. And that's going to be called off by the shortstop. Makes the catch, ends the inning, but not before Spring Arbor adds 2 more runs. They lead this one 4-1. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network. Duncan Patterson back on the mound in the bottom of the 4th inning. Spring Arbor scores him 2 more runs as they lead it 4-1. And for Toledo, when the opposing team scores 3 to 5 runs, their record is 2-5. If Spring Arbor can score 2 more runs, Toledo is 3-10 when opposing teams score more than 6 runs. First one in from Duncan's for a strike. To number 41, Chris Myers, the tall shortstop. Swings and drives this one into right field. Laurie's charging. Comes in, makes a catch for out number 1. Good pitch there by Duncan. He's pitching with a lot of confidence out on the mound right now. He's got that bulldog mentality, and that's why his nickname is the Bulldog. As he goes out there and just attacks. He never gives up. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Trace Hatfield. First pitch to him misses away for a ball. Looks like warming up in Spring Arbor's bullpen. Looks like Nick Carroll. The 1-0 pitch. Taking curveball for a strike. Fooled Hatfield a little bit as looked like he was going to dip out of the way. Thought it was a fastball coming up and in on him. Instead, curveball breaks right down the middle for a strike. 1-1 pitch is absolutely obliterated in the left center field. Andina's not going to be able to catch this one. Picks it up off one hop at the warning track and fires it in for a 1-out double to Trace Hatfield. As now that's going to bring up Michael Ryan, the catcher. And it looked like Duncan gave Hatfield a fastball right down the middle, and he did not miss it like most Division I athletes won't. As that puts a runner in scoring position. for Toledo with only 1 out of the inning. Patterson sets, checks the runner a second. Once, twice, comes home. One's going to bounce in the dirt. Runner's going to take off for third, and he's going to make it in standing. Now for Duncan, you don't really want to worry about the runner on third. If he scores, that's fine. You're still up by 2. You really got to make sure this inning doesn't snowball, as you just want to focus on the batters.
Absolutely, Matt.
And he's working quick. Duncan hops right back on the mound, waiting. As he really wants to really set the tempo into this game. Duncan sets. The 1-0 swung on, drilled on left field line. That's going to hook, and that's going to be fair. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Kitchen picks it up, fires it in. That's going to be back-to-back doubles for the Rockets. As that plays yet another run, and Toledo's chipping into this game. Scout score now moves 4-2. Markin is going to have a quick visit on the mound. We're going to take a break. Spring Arbor 4, Toledo 2. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network.
Casey Ghost.
Brings up the second baseman, the 9-hole hitter, Casey Ghost, batting .328, the bottom of the lineup. First pitch to him, curveball. That must have missed low for the first ball. It looked like it just got in on the knees, but umpire says it's touched low. The 1-0 offering from Duncan. That misses, that bounces in. Good job by Harding to cover it. So Duncan quickly back up on the mound, 2-0 count. He steps off. Patterson sets, checks her in a second, comes home. 2-0 pitch, misses low. Duncan's having a hard time finding the strike zone here in this inning. Back-to-back doubles, plates a second run of the game for the Rockets. And now he's losing Casey Ghost, 3-0 count. Gonna have to start fighting back. Patterson sets, checks the runner, comes home, 3-0. It's gonna be ball 4 low. It's gonna put runners at first and second base with 1 out. For the left fielder, Brad Boss. Boss batting .293. 5 home runs, 21 RBIs. He could give his team the lead with 1 swing of the bat. Duncan needs to be careful with this hitter. First pitch, off speed, misses away for the ball. Duncan just needs to throw strikes. Come on. Here we go, 1-0. That's swung on into center field. Andina's racing back at it. He's under it. Makes a catch. Fires it in. Runners hold for the second out of the inning. Great job there by Duncan to throw strikes, induce a pop-up. Because Andina can just about run anything down, as he has some speed out there in center field. That's going to be 2 outs
Schwarzenberger.
for the designated hitter, Zach Schwarzenberger. Yet another lefty. So runners at first and second, 2 outs. 1 runner has already scored this inning. Duncan's going to have to get this batter. First pitch, curveball, strike on the outer edge. Schwarzenberger, the left-handed batter. Actually, he's a switch hitter. Can bat from both sides of the plate. The 0-1 curveball. This one just misses outside. Duncan's really going to want to work on getting Schwarzenberger here because you don't really want to face Ross Adolph on deck. Just going to want to attack Zach here. The 1-1. Swung on and missed on the off-speed pitch away. Moves the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Andrew, I start to see some rain hitting the press box window.
Let's just say the Weather Channel's not always
It's not always
my friend,
accurate,
right?
That pitch is swung on and popped up into right field. That should be playable. Lowry's under it. Gets called off by Andina for the 3rd out of the inning. Spring Arbor gives up 1 run, but they still hold on to the 4-2 lead. Head to the top of the 5th. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network. Vincent Hirschberger digs in to start the 5th inning. Lefty-lefty matchup. You would think the advantage goes to the pitcher. But Hirschberger, he's batting .368 against lefties. So he has really had some success batting against left-handed pitchers, even though he's a left-handed batter. First one misses, 1-0 count. Next one's a fastball inside. Puts the count 2 balls, no strikes. For Hirschberger. That makes it 3-0 with that pitch in the dirt. And Hirschberger's sitting pretty. And if he has a green light, he should get a good pitch to hit here. .3-0. Misses inside, ball 4. And that's going to put the leadoff runner on with a walk for the catcher, Peyton Harding. Harding has had some success against left-handed pitching as well. He's 4 for 12 this season. We're more than likely going to see Harding put the bunt down here. And he squares around a bunt, and he puts it down beautifully. Catcher picks it up, fires the first in time. And that moves Hirschberger to second base. For the right fielder, Evan Laurie, who has really struggled this season against left-handed pitching. Laurie is 2 for 16 so far this year. So we'll see what Laurie's going to do. Love to see him hit something hard somewhere. Find some green maybe in the outfield. As Laurie so far this season has had a good season. He's .296 batting average. Batting the 6th hole as a freshman. Very impressive. First pitch to Laurie is a fastball high for a ball.
And watching Laurie, he's just a very calm, composed, stands almost straight up. It's just interesting to watch, that's for sure.
Buter checks the runner to second base. The 1-0 misses way outside. Now moves the count 2 balls, no strikes. Don't see anybody warming up over there in the Rocket bullpen. As I'm guessing the day is done for Duncan Patterson for the Cougars, as Nick Carroll's been warming up for a few innings. The 2-0 pitch misses away. That puts the count 3 balls, no strikes for Evan Laurie. Would love to see him get on because a man on deck, Josiah Kitchen, is batting .417 against lefties. 3-0 pitch in for a strike. Fastball hits the outer edge. Count now 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Vincent Hirschberger on second. Spring Arbor leads this game by a score of 4-2. That is swung on and missed by a big swing by Evan Laurie. Right through it though. Fills the count up, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Laurie digs in. Buter digs in. Lefty, full count pitch. Ball 4, that misses away. Now puts runners at first and second base. 1 out for Josiah Kitchen. As they have Hirschberger at second, Laurie at first. Josiah Kitchen up at the dish. With Axel Buter still on the mound. First pitch to Kitchen. Squares the bunt, puts a beautiful one down. Catcher goes to pick it up. He cannot. That's going to be a bunt single for Josiah Kitchen, as Michael Ryan could not pick that ball up cleanly. Loads the bases once more for Emilio Perez.
Number 30, Emilio Perez.
Emilio Perez against lefties is 4 for 14. And with the bases loaded, Emilio Perez 3 for 4. So love to see this matchup here. First one taken first strike outside. Saw him in batting practice today, and there's just a lot of power in that bat, Andrew.
There really is. He just likes to whop them, that's for sure.
Yes, he does. The 0-1 pitch to Emilio misses high. Evens the count 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases loaded. Spring Arbor leads this game 4-2. They're looking to add a few more here in the top of the 5th inning. Buter sets, comes home. It's taken away for a ball, and that 2-seamer moves the count to 2-1.
And Perez has such a strong hit, but as we're seeing right now, he also has some strong patience to go with it. So that's good to see for especially in a bases loaded situation like this.
Yeah, a lot of discipline here from the senior. 2-1 pitch misses away. Puts Emilio in a good hitter's count. 3 balls, 1 strike. With Danilo Leon on deck, who's also been clutch with the bases loaded this season. A walk here brings in a run. 3-1 pitch to Perez. Taken inside for a ball, and that's going to walk in a run. As Spring Arbor now leads this game 5-2 as Hirschberger touches home plate. The bases are still going to be loaded with one out, and that's going to bring up Danilo Leone.
Number 11, Danilo Leone.
You could tell Perez really wanted to get a pitch to drive in that at bat, but Axel just wasn't really giving him anything to drive, nor even a strike to hit. So he took the walk, which brought in a run. So now with one out, base is still loaded for Danilo Leone. As Spring Arbor leads this game 5-2.
He takes that first pitch way inside as Buter throws just yet another ball.
Buter's really struggling from the mound. The 1-0 swung on, fouled out of play.
Just about into the Rockets softball field there.
Good thing the ladies are done practicing for the day. No one's over there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Spring Arbor batters, 11 walks so far this game.
Wow.
The 1-1 pitch to Perez, taken away. Puts the count to 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Perez in the right-handed batter's box swings and pops this one up. This is going to stay fair as the first baseman, Dalton Bollinger, makes that catch in foul territory. As that brings up Chris Triplett, the leadoff hitter, with the bases juiced. As we're just waiting for Triplett to just go off on a tear. He's 5 for 3 with the bases loaded. This is his second time up to bat with the bases loaded. Didn't do much in the first at bat. As he's just looking to turn something around and do some damage. Triplett's batting .364 against lefties. Scores her on a bunt, takes it for a strike. No, I'm not really sure why Triplett's going to try to bunt here. As there's 2 outs. I mean, maybe he's trying to draw that third baseman in. But Triplett, you got to have some confidence in yourself. I mean, you are having a great year, so just have some confidence and turn something around and give Spring Arbor even more of a lead. Sound misses inside, evens count. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. I just got an update on my phone saying that a brief rain shower might be coming to hit us soon.
Uh-oh.
Triplett swings at that 1-1 pitch, pops up a mile high. Shortstop's under it, makes the catch. Spring Arbor loads the bases, but only can get 1 around as they lead this game by the score of 5-2. Headed to the bottom of the 5th innings. Spring Arbor leads it. You're listening, excuse me, to the Cougar Sports Network. So a new pitcher here for the Cougars in the bottom of the 5th inning is in the form of Nick Carroll. Sophomore left-hander checking into this game as Spring Arbor leads at 5-2. And he's going to be thrown right into the fire as the Rockets' best hitter, Ross Adolph, checks into this game. First pitch taken for a strike. The 0-1 curveball swung on, fouled. So quick 0-2 count from Nick Carroll. 24 strikeouts in 28 innings of work, 24 walks as well. Love to see a strikeout. 0-2. That gets right through the catcher, Peyton Harding's legs as he's trying to smother that one. Puts the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called down the outside edge. Good spot there by Nick Carroll. Rings up the Rockets' best hitter in Ross Adolph. Comes in out of the pen throwing darts, Andrew.
Absolutely.
For the first out of the inning.
At this point, I think Carroll's going to start telling himself, hey, if I can strike out their best batter, who can I strike out?
Absolutely. If I can strike out arguably one of the best batters in the MAC, then what is he at? And I can strike out just about anyone in the NAIA.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's going to bring up Dalton Bollinger. This one bounces in the dirt. Just need Carroll to come in, throw strikes. Don't worry about how many hits you give up. You're not the biggest strikeout guy, even though you just got one right there. Strike called, fastball outside edge, evens it up 1-1. You just need to come in, fill up that strike zone, pitch to contact, and let your defense do some work. The 1-1 pitch from Carroll misses, low and away. Puts the count 2 balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the 5th inning. 2-1 pitch is a curveball swung on and missed by Bollinger. That puts the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Love to see another strikeout here. Would not mind it. 2-2 pitch. Misses away. Fills up the count 3 balls, 2 strikes. As Nick Carroll does not need to walk anyone here. Just needs to throw strikes, fill it up. Pitch to contact. 3 count, full count pitch. Bounces in the dirt, and that's going to lose him. It's going to put a runner on first with 1 out. Had him in an 0-2 count, then he battles back, earns himself a walk. Brings up A.J. Montoya. And if you're going to strike out anyone on this Toledo lineup, it's going to be Mr. Montoya here. He has 52 strikeouts on the season. Here especially is where you want to pitch to contact in hopes of getting a ground ball, inning-ending double play. First pitch in, first strike on the knees. On a good four-seam fastball. Carroll has sneaky power with this four-seamer.
Mm-hmm.
That one misses in the dirt on a fastball. Evens it up, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, runner on first. Spring Arbor, 5 runs on 2 hits. Toledo, 2 runs on 4 hits. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Brings the count to 1-2. Need a ground ball or a strikeout here from Carroll. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt, runner goes. Harding picks it up, throws to second base, not even close to enough time, as kind of sounds like maybe he didn't hear his fielder saying runner's going, or what was going on there, as he blocked the ball, had time to pick it up, but he got up, walked to it, and then by the time he picked it up, the runner was already sliding into second base.
Mm-hmm.
Has a runner on second, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Carroll sets, checks the runner at second base, comes home. That one must have just missed by a matter of inches off the plate, away. Does that look like he caught the outer edge?
Yeah, it looked awfully close to me for sure.
But instead, ball called, full count. Carroll sets, tall, lanky guy, sophomore, 3-2 pitch. Misses high for a ball. Had him right where he wanted him with another 0-2 count, but he couldn't finish him. As that puts runners at first and second with 1 out for the shortstop, Chris Myers. So the freshman digs in. Left-handed hitter against a left-handed pitcher. We'll see what Carroll has planned for him. Looks like some activity going on in the Rocket bullpen. First pitch misses high and away. You really want to put up a 0 on the board for your team. Spring Arbor has scored 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth. And Toledo has scored 1 in the last 2 innings. So to put a 0 on the board could really push momentum your way. The 1-0 pitch in the dirt, good block by Harding. Keeps the runners at first and second. Nick Carroll's looking like he's losing the feel for the strike zone, as the count is now 2 balls, no strikes. Carroll sets, checks the runners, comes home, and misses away, puts the count 3 balls, no strikes. That's going to draw Chris Triplett and Peyton Harding to the mound just to talk to him, let him know, hey, throw strikes. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about the runners. Just throw strikes, pitch to contact. We'll get you out of this inning. So they jog back at their positions. Carroll is back on the mound. He comes set. The 3-0. Taking first strike. Fastball away. Outer edge. The 3-1. Another strike called. He painted the corner on that one, and that fills up the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. I would love to see another one put right where he just put that one.
Mm-hmm.
As you're either going to strike out on it or roll over. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, he missed. He got the strikeout for the second out of the inning. Nick Carroll rings up Chris Myers. So now it's going to bring up the third baseman, Trace Hatfield, with runners on first and second with 2 outs. So Nick Carroll, 2 outs in this inning due to him striking out a pair of batters. He comes home. That one just off the plate, away from the right-handed hitter in Trace Hatfield. Hatfield batting .229 on the year. The 1-0 away again. Puts count 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. With these clouds covering up any sunlight. I'm sure it's really getting chilly out there on the field. Going to be harder for Carroll to get a feel for that baseball. That one fired in for a strike. Carroll's been really featuring this fastball he has. He has like a curved slider combination of a pitch. Not quite a curve, not quite a slider. 2-1, swung on and missed on that fastball. He evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Could really do himself a favor and strike out the side here. Now for Nick, he doesn't need to get too cute with this pitch. Would not be surprised if he just comes and really attacks the hitter Hatfield. That one misses to fill the count up. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners are going to be off with the pitch. So a hit anywhere could be costly. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled. Just got a piece of that. Back to the screen. I don't know if you could have hit any less of the ball right there, Andrew.
I don't know that you could have. Just barely nicked it.
Peyton Harding just missed holding on to that one. So going to reset. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Nick Carroll on the mound. He sets, checks the runners, comes home. Swung on and fouled off once more. So I'm going to reset again. Look for this fastball to be in on the hands. Or if he's confident throwing his off-speed pitch for a strike. Would not be surprised to see him pull it out here. Full count pitch. Just swung on, hitting to center field. Andia's racing back for it. He's under it, makes the catch. Nick Carroll comes in, strikes out 2. Strands runners on first and second. Puts a 0 up on the bottom of the 5th. Head to the top of the 6th inning. Spring Arbor leads this game 5-2. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network. here in the top of the 6th inning. Spring Arbor to look to add a few more runs. Scott Park. Jack Driscoll leading it off. Fouls this one back to the screen.
And Driscoll's 1 of 2 on the day, and he has 2 RBIs. So looking good.
He's looking good. Second one in, curveball for a strike. 1-2. 1-2 count as this one bounces in the dirt for Driscoll. It's going to go Driscoll on Dina Hirschberger. Sounds like runs to me, Andrew.
Absolutely does. Hopefully a great way to start off the inning for the Cougars.
Andina fouls and fights this one back and out of play. He's just looking to barrel something up. As that curveball misses away, evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Axel Buter is on the mound still. Excuse me, we have a new pitcher, number 19, Nate Hout. Driscoll follows this one out of play again. This is Toledo's 5th pitcher so far in the game. Driscoll is making him work as he's fouled off 3 straight pitches. And the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. This one swung on and fouled back out of play. If Spring Arbor can hold on to this lead after the 6th inning, Toledo is 3-16 after trailing 6 innings. So Spring Arbor's come in and did what they wanted to do. They've taken what Toledo's given them, which has been walks, as they've had 11 walks so far in this game.
That sounds about right. I'll double check that, but sounds about right.
As it's taken for a ball, full count pitch is going to be yet another walk. This time to Jack Driscoll, which could be costly, as he might be on the go down at first base. He already has 1 stolen base today. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Francisco Andina. So Spring Arbor, 12 walks today. So Andina's going to dig in. Andrew, you want to check how Andina's been doing today?
Yeah, we'll do. Andina's, wow. Can't talk, Matt. Can't talk. He has no hits, but he has an RBI, and one of those, his at-bats was a strikeout.
Gotcha. Follows that one back out of play. A lot of these Cougar batters have an RBI because they got walked with the bases loaded.
It's true.
Hout sets, flips to first. Driscoll's in safely. Andina, that left-handed batter's box, does his classic left foot in the box, right foot steps out, checks his bat, does a shoulder shrug, deep breath, checks in. Bat high over his head. Flip back yet again to first base. Driscoll's in easily. Andina steps out, steps back in. Driscoll dancing around over at first base. The 0-1. Swung on down the left field line, hooking, gonna go foul. Andina was just late on that pitch. Let's count now 0-1. Andina, arguably the nicest guy on the team. Always smiling, always laughing, including everyone.
That he is.
Just a great senior leader on this Cougar team. The 0-2 pitch to Francisco. Is that curveball. Great job fighting that one off to the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Count remains 0-2. Would not be surprised to see Driscoll attempt to steal a bag here in these next couple pitches, as it's a good time for a pitcher to throw an off-speed pitch. The 0-2 swung on, fought off once more, this time down the first baseline. So we're going to reset. 0-2. Andina is going to make you work for everything on the mound. He's only struck out 16 times. He's walked 23 times in 124 at-bats. Driscoll's going to go. This one's slapped to the shortstop. It's going to be a bang-bang play at first, but Driscoll moves up to second base. Great job there by Andina on the hit and run. And almost got the shortstop for the Rockets. Chris Myers off guard as he was running to second base to cover the bag on the stolen base. But he managed to regain himself, field that ground ball, fire to first. So Driscoll's now on second with Vincent Hirschberger up to bat with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. Curveball's going to miss low, and Andrew, it's kind of funny to look out there at second base and see Jack Driscoll, his height compared to the shortstop, Chris Myers' height.
Yeah, Chris Myers is going to be coming in at 6'3". Definitely a bit bigger than Driscoll's 5'7".
Absolutely. 1-1 count to Hirschberg as that fastball's in for a strike. Checks Driscoll once, twice, 3 times, comes home. Hirschberger follows this one out of play. Love to see Hirschberger just to get a fastball that he can drive. He's probably not going to get one now that it's a 1-2 count. But there's a lot of power in this freshman's bat.
Mm-hmm.
Hout sets. Comes home. The curveball just misses away. Risky take there by Hirschberger.
Mm-hmm.
But that evens the count up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got a little movement there in the Cougar bullpen. Can't really see who that is. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strikes Hirschberger out. It's going to be the 2nd out of the inning for the catcher, Peyton Harding.
Number 16, Peyton Harding.
So Harding digs in. Driscoll at second base. Base hit, more than likely brings him in. First pitch, curveball in for a strike.
I believe, Matt, all of Harding's at-bats have been ended up in sacrifices or something that didn't register as at-bats, so...
I know we've seen him bunt once and walk a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
The 0-1. Another curveball for a called strike. Brings it to no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jack Driscoll on second. Out sets. Comes home. Driscoll takes third base. That's going to be a strikeout anyway from Harding. It's going to put a 0 on the board. Taking us to the bottom of the 6th inning. Spring Arbor still leads this game by a score of 5-2. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network. New pitcher for Spring Arbors in the form of Zachariah Devin, who steps up to the mound, looking to hold on to this lead. Devin has electrifying stuff when he's on, but we haven't seen him on very much this season as he checks into this game with a 7.44 ERA, 2-2 record, 32 innings pitched. This one swung on into left field for a base hit, as Michael Ryan has a leadoff single for the Rockets. I don't mind, Andrew, Devin giving up base hits. I can live with that. I can't live with him walking players.
Mm-hmm.
So now up to bat is going to be Casey Ghost. And Devin just needs to pitch to contact, just like all the other Cougar pitchers have done today. First pitch, fastball in for a strike. And we haven't really seen Devin fill up the strike zone so far this season, but early in this inning, he's done it so far. Devin checks run at first, comes sets. The 0-1. Curveball bunted right back to him. Pitcher's mound picks it up. Throws to first base for the first out of the inning. Great job there by Devin. Got him bunting. Fielded it quickly. Didn't have time to go to second. Threw it to first in time for the first out of the inning. Runner on second base. 1 out for the leadoff hitter, Brad Boss. Left-hander. Steps up. Spring Arbor 5 runs on 2 hits. Toledo 2 runs on 5 hits. Triplet playing it on the grass at third. And Weary of a bunt. This one swung on, fouled out of play. Devin has a good hard fastball, good hard curveball. But he's had a hard time commanding those 2 pitches. Would love to see him turn a corner today and really finish the season hot. The 0-1. Curveball called strike on the outer edge. Moves the count to 0-2. Devin comes set. Checks around to second base. Comes home. The 0-2 is swung on into center field. Andina's under it. Puts it in his back pocket for out number 2. That's pretty much automatic. Might have to start calling Francisco Mr. Automatic, as anything hitting the center field is going to be an automatic out. As with 2 outs, runner on second is going to bring up Zach Schwarzenberger. Another left-handed batter digs in. I would be thrilled if Devin could put a 0 on this board in the bottom of the 6th. Devin sets, comes home. Swung on, fouled back out of play. Down the left field line. Andrew, what have you seen out of this Cougar baseball team today that you've been excited about?
I've really just been excited about them coming in. You know, the matchup just doesn't seem to fit, you know, an NAIA team playing an NCAA D1. And just saying, hey, that's not what's going to define us today. What's going to define us is how we come up and how we show them how to play baseball. And yeah, they haven't necessarily batted the best with only 2 hits. They've been a lot of walks, and they've gotten some runs off those. But they've said, hey, that doesn't matter. We're getting runs on the board no matter. Doesn't matter how we get them up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I love seeing that.
Yeah, Spring Arbor batters have really just taken what Toledo's given them with all those walks and really taken advantage of them. And Zachariah Devin has Zach Schwarzenberger in a 1-2 count with 2 outs, looking to strike him out here to end the 6th inning. Devin looks in, gets a sign from Harding. Comes set. Checks a runner at second. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Zachariah Devin coming in, pitching beautifully here in the 6th inning takes us to the 7th inning. Spring Arbor holds the 5-2 lead. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network. Here in the top of the 7th inning, the right fielder, Evan Laurie, digs in. They're looking to add a few more runs on the board for some insurance. He slaps this one down the left field line on the first pitch. Gets back out of play, foul. On the mound for the Rockets is still Nate Howe, the junior. Lots of like in this right arm. If Spring Arbor can somehow manage to squeak out and steal the win here today, I bet Coach Markin would be thrilled with this team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just running through different pitchers and all of them coming out and pitching fairly strong and just showing that strength today. It's just something you'd love to see.
Well, there's still a lot of game left to be played.
Mm-hmm.
3 more innings. The 1-1 pitch to Laurie, curveball misses away. Puts the count 1-2. It's going to go Laurie, Kitchen, Perez. The 1-1 swung on, hitting to center field. Center fielder's racing back. He's under it. As Ross Adolph runs down a deep fly from Evan Laurie for the first out of the inning. And now it's going to bring up the left fielder, Josiah Kitchen.
Number 28, Josiah Kitchen.
Kitchen, he's hitless today, like many Cougars are, but he's gotten on because of a couple walks. As he swings and fouls this one back into the Cougar dugout softly. Out digs in. The 0-1 curveball low misses, evens it up 1-1. Corners playing in, up the middle, playing about average depth. Swung on, ground to the shortstop, picks it up, flips to first. 2 up, 2 down. As Josiah Kitchen rolls over the shortstop. Chris Myers, and now that's going to bring up the first baseman, Emilio Perez. With 2 outs, trying to jumpstart something for the Cougars. And like I said earlier, we're in the 7th inning. And when Toledo is trailing after 6 innings, the record is 3-16. First pitch to Perez, misses low and away. 4 ball. And when the University of Toledo has hit no home runs, they're 3-13. 1-0 swung on and missed, evens it up 1-1. 1-1 pitch to Perez. Bounces in. Puts the count 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Spring Arbor leads at 5-2 in the top of the 7th. The 2-1. Swung on, hit right back to the pitcher. Picks it up, flips to first. 1-2-3 inning for Nate Howe. Takes us to the bottom of the 7th inning. Spring Arbor leads at 5-2. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network. Zachariah Devon back on the mound in the bottom of the 7th inning, and he's going to be welcomed by Ross Adolph, the leader of this Rocket team. First pitch misses for a ball. Devon pitched a quick 6th inning, so coach awarded him with the 7th inning. That one's fouled back out of play, evens count 1-1. It's going to go Adolph, Bollinger, Montoya. Devon sets. 1-1 inside. Puts the count 2 balls, 1 strike. And it's going to be crucial if Zachariah Devon could put a 0 on the board.
Absolutely, and obviously we know he can do it because he did it last time. Last time he was up. But yeah, if you can just keep that going, I don't know who can stop you.
That one's going to miss. Put the count 3 balls, 1 strike. And that's going to be ball 4. Lead-off walk to Ross Adolph. Not the guy you really want to put on base, as he's the team leader in stolen bases at 8. As that's going to bring up Dalton Bollinger. No outs, runner on first. Bottom of the 7th. Adolph takes a slight lead at first. First pitch from Devon swung on and popped up. That's going to be an infield fly right to Jack Driscoll. Makes a catch for the first out of the inning. As now A.J. Montoya steps up.
A.J. Montoya.
And there is action over in the Cougar bullpen as number 7, Gavin Harris, the sophomore right-handed pitcher, is warming up.
And he has been absolutely excellent so far. as of late for Spring Arbor. So would not mind seeing him come in next inning if Zachariah Devin can get out of this one. Another 0 on the board. First pitch to Montoya misses, low for a ball. And it was huge, so huge that Devin put a 0 up in the 6th inning. Because the 6th inning has been a trouble spot for Spring Arbor this season.
Mm-hmm.
Opponents have been outscoring them in the 6th inning by a score of 41-22. So the fact that they put a 0 up in that inning, it was huge. 2-0 pitch, taken first strike. Looks like it's starting to rain lightly out there. Hopefully that doesn't affect Devin out there on the mound. The 2-1 offering from Devin. That's just going to miss outside. That is a 50-50 pitch. And that goes in favor of the Rockets. Count now moves, 3 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on first. And Ross Adolph. 3-1 pitch, swung on, grounded foul. Fills up the count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Some movement in the Rocket bullpen as well, which I'm sure Spring Arbor wouldn't mind, because Nate Howe has put up 0s in back-to-back innings. Devin sets the full count pitch. Runner goes. That's going to be ball 4 outside. That's going to be a walk to A.J. Montoya, which is the batter you really wanted to attack. As Montoya's been struggling this season, but now it's going to bring up the freshman shortstop, Chris Myers, with runners on first and second base. You don't want to have Gavin Harris come pitch this inning. You'd rather him come in with a brand new inning. So Coach Markin is going to leave Zachariah Devin out on the mound.
And Chris Myers, who's at bat right now, he hasn't been on base yet today. No hits, and he had a strikeout. So never seen the bags yet.
Let's hope that trend sticks around. Devin sets. First pitch to Meyer. Off-speed pitch, strike called away. Would love to see Myers roll over on an off-speed pitch. Or swing real late on a fastball. Either one I'll take for a ground ball double play. The 0-1 offering from Devin. Swung on right up the middle, right past the diving Leon. Andina picks it up, gets it in quickly. As that's going to hold the runner at third. That's going to be the bases loaded now for the Rockets. That puts the tying run at first. Go ahead, run it up to the plate now in the form of number 24, Trace Hatfield. So Spring Arbor gonna have the corners in. Emilio Perez at first, up in the grass. Chris Triplett up on the grass. Up the middle, it's gonna be double play depth. And the outfield's playing pretty straight up. You don't want to give up any doubles. You'll take a single. Devin's got his work cut out for him. 2 walks and a single. The bases are loaded, 1 out. Gets him swinging on the first pitch, right through it. Like a good 2-seamer. A lot of movement. Devin showing some poise out there on the mound. The 0-1. Inside. Misses. Count now comes to 1 ball, 1 strike. Devin sets the 1-1. Strike called on the outer edge. Great placement there by the transfer junior. Looking for the strikeout pitch, the 1-2. Curveball swung on and fouled out of play. Kind of lucked out there as that curveball was a hanger. Fouled back out of play. No damage done.
It's good to see Devin really stretching out this batter. His Hetfield is 2 hits and a run. One of those hits being a double. So you just really want to, stop him here before he gets anywhere.
The 1-2. Off-speed pitch misses away. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Looking for the strikeout pitch. Devin sets. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded. 1 out. Swung on up the middle into the gap. 1 run's going to score. Andina's going to pick it up, fire it in. 2 runs going to score. They're going to hold the tying run up at third. As yet another double by Trace Hatfield cuts into this lead. As Spring Arbor still leads it 5-4. But the Rockets are threatening. They have the tying run at third, go-ahead run at second base. And more than likely, that's going to be the day for Zachariah Devin, as Markin is going to make his way to the mound. We're going to take a break. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network. So, Zachariah Devin's going to stay out on the mound after that meeting with Coach Markkinen. That's going to bring up number 34, the catcher, Michael Ryan. Devin needs a strikeout more than ever. First pitch curve misses low. Devin sits in. Gets a sign from his catcher Harding. The 1-0. Curveball this time drops in for a strike on the inside edge. Evens the count up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Michael Ryan, not a high strikeout guy. 18 strikeouts, 9 walks, and 84 appearances. The 1-1, another off-speed pitch misses away. Zachariah Devin sets, 2-1 count. The pitch, fastball, got him swinging. Evens the count up 2-2. Would love to see Zachariah Devin do himself a favor and get a strikeout. He can go a couple different ways. Go fastball away, fastball high, curveball away, curveball inside. We'll see. The 2-2 curveball fought off into right field for a base hit. That's going to tie this game and move the go-ahead run to third base on a good piece of hitting by Michael Ryan. Ties this game up after the Rockets have scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. And now that puts runners at first and third base for the 9-0 hitter, number 7, Casey Gose. Zachariah Devin has been hurt by the walks again today. He walked 2 to start off this inning, and they've come around to score. Goes to put the bunt down. This one's going to roll foul. Casey Gose, second baseman, batting .328 on the season. 12 strikeouts, 6 walks, and 61 plate appearances. Devin looks in. Could really use a ground ball right here. The 0-1 is going to be bunted again. Fields it, flips it home. Not even close to enough time. As Zachariah Devin did all he could. Fielded with his glove. Got a good flip with the glove. Home. But sliding home safely was number 24, Trace Hatfield.
Number 12, Brad Ball.
Now that puts runners at first and second base with 1 out as the Rockets have scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning to take the 6-5 lead. The day is done for Zachariah Devin as Gavin Harris trots in from the bullpen. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network. Kyle Harris, the new pitcher for Spring Arbor, and he is done no favors as he comes into this game 1 out, runners on first and second. And then into bat is their leadoff hitter in the form of Brad Boss. Swings and fouls this one out of way. 1 out. The Rockets have scored 4 runs here in the bottom of the 7th to take the 6-5 lead. The 0-1 misses low. Cal Harris been pitching really well as of late. Excuse me, it's going to be Gavin Harris on the mound. I don't know why I keep saying Kyle. So even though it says online that it is Kyle Harris, it's actually Gavin Harris on the mound. Gets him swinging there, puts count 1-2. Yes, Gavin Harris, the sophomore, comes in, gets a strikeout, swinging from Brad Boss is going to bring up Zach Schwarzenberger.
Number 9, Zach Schwarzenberger.
So maybe Gavin can come in and retire 2 batters and hope his team can come back in time, maybe take the lead next inning. Gavin sets, checks turn to second. Comes home. First one off Peyton's glove, but runners stay put. It's going to be a ball. Cold, wet day here at Scott Park. Gavin throws to second base. Sliding in easily. It's Michael Ryan. Gavin sets the 1-0. A swung on ground to the second baseman Driscoll. Picks it up, flips to first. Great job by Gavin Harris to come out of the pen and retire the first 2 batters he sees. But not before Toledo scores 4 in the bottom of the 7th inning. They take the 6-5 lead. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network. Danilo Leone digs in for Spring Arbor in the top of the 8th inning as they look to come back and retake the lead after a scoring outburst in the bottom of the 7th by the Rockets. New pitcher on the mound for Toledo in the form of Lane Schnitz-Paxton. First pitch misses for ball. 1-0 pitch in for strike. Paxton has pitched in 19 innings of work, has a 12.32 ERA, 0-2 record, 23 hits in 19 innings, 23 earned runs in those innings as well. 23 walks, 13 strikeouts. And that's going to be a strikeout to Leone to start off the inning. And now it's going to bring up the third baseman, Chris Triplett.
Number 1, Chris Triplett.
Paxton, the sophomore, Napoleon, Ohio.
That's got to be a career ender for Napoli.
Yeah.
You'd think.
Is it torn?
First pitch of Triplett, try to put the bunt down. Goes foul. I'd really like to see Chris just swing the bat. He's got a lot of pop in it. He's a power speed guy. Love to see him swing the bat instead of trying to put some bunts down. That one misses high, evens count, 1 ball, 1 strike. But I know Coach Barkin and the other coaches love their bunt game, and they've been talking, and they just don't really like how their bunt game has. As the game goes on, it starts to disappear. Triple swings and fouls this one back out of play. Spring Arbor loves to bunt, especially for base hits. The 1-2 pitch, curveball misses away. Paxton, good power fastball, power curve combination. So far, it's all we've seen out of the Rockets is power pitchers. 2-2 pitch, fouled back to the screen. Count is even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jack Driscoll on deck. This is the 6th pitcher of the day for Toledo, as they've thrown a lot of their sophomores and freshmen. 2-2 pitch misses away. Fills up the count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 Triplett. Spring Arbor will take a base runner in any form. Any way to get on, they'll take it. Full count pitch. Swung on, popped up. That's going to go foul down the first base side.
So what was it? We were down 3. And Tipton hit a solo home run in the
So going to reset. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Chris Triplett up to the plate. Paxton has a hard time with his command as well, and that shows in his 23 walks to 19 innings of work, and that's going to be another walk. This time to Chris Triplett. 1 out walk as he jogs down to first base. Look out for him to swipe a couple bags. We know he can. As now it's going to bring up Jack Driscoll. Triplett has 17 stolen bags on 22 attempts. As Jack Driscoll steps up to the plate. Takes the first pitch in the dirt for a ball.
And Driscoll's looking decent today. He has a hit, 2 RBIs. He was walked twice, as were a lot of the men on the team, right? Yeah, he had 1 foul out. But even then, I mean, 2 RBIs is nothing to scoff at, that's for sure.
No, it's not. Second pitch to Driscoll is in for a strike. And that good fastball away. Evens the count up. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Paxton sets, comes home. Driscoll swings and drills this one foul down the right field side. And we've seen that a lot today. Driscoll has not been out in front of any pitches. He's been late on just about every single foul ball. So you'd like to see him finally just come around on one and drill it. Runner goes. This one swung on, grounded down the left field line. Gonna roll. Gonna stay fair. Spring Arbor sometimes better be lucky than good. As Spring Arbor swings, it's Jack Driscoll now and just rolls right down the third base line.
I'm convinced the wind had to have blown that to stay it in or something.
That's the 3rd hit of the day for Spring Arbor. And that puts runners on first and second for the center fielder, Francisco Andina, as they need a base hit here from their captain to tie this ball game. Paxton sets. Checks triplet at second, comes home. That's going to miss away. First ball. On deck is Vincent Hirschberger. He struggled today. He's got on with a walk or two. The 1-0 to Francisco misses high. Puts count 2 balls, no strikes. One out here as it starts to sprinkle yet again. Quick meeting on the mound from the catcher Michael Ryan and the pitcher Lane Schnitz-Paxton. Love to see Francisco turn around a mid-80s fastball. He steps in, nice deep breath, bat rests on his left shoulder, comes set. Paxton steps off with a motion to second base. Triplets back easily. I would be surprised to see these runners go with this count, 2-0. 2-0 pitch, taken away. 3 balls, no strikes to Francisco Andina. Spring Arbor's just been waiting on that big hit. They've scored due to getting walked in with the bases loaded and a few base hits, but nothing huge. That 3-0 pitch misses. That's going to load the bases with 1 out for the designated hitter, Vincent Hirschberger. And we know this man can rake. He's been quiet today. You'd love to see him just do his job, square something up. We'll take a sac fly. We'll take anything at this point. But there's going to be a quick meeting on the mound from the manager from this Toledo Rockets ball club. And we're going to step away. Spring Arbor is threatening. Bases loaded, 1 out. They're down by 1 here in the top of the 8th inning. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network. So Vincent Hirschberger digs into the left-handed batter's box with the bases loaded. This could be a huge moment here for the freshman. Swings at the first pitch, grounds to the pitcher. Throws home is wild as he slipped on the grass. 1 run's going to score. Driscoll's going to try to score, and he's going to score easily. Spring Arbor's going to take the lead on the wild throw by Lane Schnitz-Paxton. And it looked like they had Chris Triplett dead to rights at home plate. But he must have slipped on the grass, threw it away. 2 runs score. Spring Arbor's back on top. 7-6 with runners at second and third with only 1 out for the catcher, Peyton Harding.
Yeah, Spring Arbor saying, hey, we'll take it. We don't mind how we get them. So it's good to see for sure.
No, that's going to go down as an error from Paxton, as that Spring Arbor dugout is excited. And I'd bet no one's in that dugout's happier than Zachariah Devon, who had a rough go of things last inning. They had the suicide squeeze put down as they have Andina in a rundown, as that's going to be an interesting call, as I'm not sure what the sign was, but Francisco Andina was breaking to home plate and looked like a suicide squeeze, but Peyton Harding just pulled the bat back. So that must have been a mixed up of signs, That's going to be the second out of the inning. Hirschberger takes third base, so now we need a base hit to gain another run. 2 outs, 1-0 count. Paxton sets, comes home. It's going to be low. 2-0. Catcher Harding. Saw him today in batting practice. He can spray the ball to any field with power. 2-0. Taken away for a strike. 2-1 count. Man, even though Spring Arbor just took the lead, you loved what you saw. Runners at second and third with only 1 out. But they just ran into an out. Harding swings. Grounds this one foul off his foot. Evens count up at 2-2. They just ran into an out there as I'm not sure what was going on. I say Andina caught in a rundown. But anyway, Hirschberger's at third. Peyton Harding up to the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. It's going to get away. Hirschberger breaks for the plate, and he's going to score easily. As now Spring Arbor leads this game 8-6. Off the wild pitch from Lane Schnitz-Paxton. Full count now to Peyton Harding. Digs back into this game. Spring Arbor has, like we've said all game, has taken what these Toledo pitchers have given them. Full count pitch swung on, grounded third baseman. Off of his glove. And Peyton Harding is going to be on first base from the air by the third baseman, Trace Hatfield. Looked like it was in his glove and just went right through it.
I guess so.
But Spring Arbor has yet another runner on first.
You know, Matt, I don't know what's happened to this Toledo team, but all I know is you're not hearing Spring Arbor complaining at all.
No, not even a little bit. So, Spring Arbor has scored 3 runs in the top of the 8th inning off of 2. Count them, 2 errors from the Rockets. So now up to bats Evan Laurie. Peyton Harding on first. First pitch to Laurie swung on and fouled back down the left field line. And Spring Arbor's playing with a little bit of confidence now. Paxton sets the 0-1. This one swung on and fouled down left field line once more. Evan Laurie's facing an 0-2 count, 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch, curve ball, missed inside. Paxton thought he had the punch out. Home plate umpire says, nope, that was 2 inside. On deck, Josiah Kitchen for the Cougars, if Evan Laurie can get on. The 1-2 pitch, fastball away. Moves the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Payne Harding at first base, Evan Laurie up to the dish. Spring Arbor so far has scored 3 runs here in the top of the 8th inning. They lead this one 8-6. This one misses low and goes from an 0-2 count to a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Evan Laurie steps back in. Runner's going to go with the pitch. And that's swung on and missed. Evan Laurie strikes out swinging. But Spring Arbor scores 3 runs in the top of the 8th inning as they lead this game 8-6. We are headed to the bottom of the 8th. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning on the mound for Spring Arbor is Vincent Hirschberger. He checks into this game with a sparkling 2.70 ERA. 13 innings of work. He's got 11 strikeouts. Opponents are batting .261 off of him. The 1-0 is drilled down the right field line. Gonna go foul. Andrew, that run to tie it was huge. Run to give us the lead a little bigger. But I think the biggest run was that third one, which made it a 2-run game.
Oh, absolutely, because, I mean, even if it's just one run, home runs aren't out of the question to tie it up there. So, yeah, 2 runs just adds that much more of a cushion that I love to see.
Absolutely. Ross Adolph digs in. He said it hit him on the foot. Home plate umpire says, no, it did not. As that one's going to miss away. And the count now moves 3 balls, 1 strikes. Vincent Hirschberger is going to have to throw strikes. He's been very effective on the mound so far this season. 3-1 pitch, swung on, fouled. Back out of the play down the left field line. And that fills the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. It's getting awfully dark here at Scott Park. Wonder how much daylight we have left. 3-2 pitch is swung on and hammered into center field. Andina's racing back. That ball's going to tail away from him and bounce one hopper off the wall. Andina picks it up, fires in. He takes a turn for third. The throw into third base is not in time. Ross Adolph has his 5th triple of the season as he jumps all over the 3-2 fastball by Vincent Hirschberger into left center field. But that run honestly doesn't really matter. Yes, you don't want to give up a run, but you're up by 2. So Hirschberger just got to dig in and focus on the batters here. Dalton Bollinger digs in. First pitch to him from Vince. Check swing. Did not go around on that curveball. 1-0 count. Warming up in the bullpen for Spring Arbor. Looks like it's Evan Laurie. 1-0 swung on, popped up, and foul. Evens it up 1-1. Hirschberger sets. The 1-1. Curveball swung on, popped up. That's going to stay in the infield. Driscoll's under it. Makes a catch for the first out. And that is a big out. As Dalton Bollinger's had a good day today. As now that brings up the right fielder, A.J. Montoya, who is only batting .212 on the season. If Hirschberger can somehow figure out a way to get out of this inning with that runner stranded on third base, I'll be blown away by this freshman. First pitch, off speed, misses away to Montoya.
Last year we had this kid.
The 1-0. Curve misses away. Puts a count 2 balls, no strikes. Here to A.J. Montoya. 2-0 from Hirschberger. Fastball just misses away. We cannot afford any walks.
We had a midweek game at Michigan State. I think it was Michigan State.
3-0. Fastball, that just missed outside. So 4 straight balls puts runners at the corners with only 1 out. As that brings up the shortstop, number 41, Chris Myers.
We were in Casey in the ditch. First battery throws 4 straight balls once. Next battery throws 4 straight balls once. And Corey comes and gets a new pitcher.
pretty sure that game he left the dugout and got chili dogs from the concession stand.
Hirschberger digs in. He has runners at the corners.
Jersey on or his cleats.
He comes sets.
Running bullpen with his jersey.
Comes home. First pitch by Myers is swung on, fouled back out of play.
For one weekend, we hired the worst PA announcer ever. I've had some bad ones in the past. AJ Montoya. Like, alright, but
Hirschberger sets. Takes his time out there on the mound. The 0-1. This one swung on, popped up. It's going to stay in the infield. Triplet moves over. He's under it. Makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Vincent Hirschberger has gotten 2 infield pop-ups.
Number 24, Trace Hatfield.
2 outs now. Runners at first and third. Aboard the third baseman, Trace Hatfield, who's had himself a good day today.
He really has. He has 3 hits for 2 runs, 2 RBIs, and 2 of his hits were doubles. So he is not afraid to hit this ball and not afraid to hit it well.
He's not afraid to attack Spring Arbor's pitching. We'll see if Hirschberger has something for him. Trace Hatfield has no home runs on the season, so power is not really there. First pitch, curveball, called strike. The outer edge. Great placement there by Vincent. The 0-1 curveball again. This one just misses inside. Evens the count up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hirschberger has a plus fastball. He's got a cannon over there at third base when he plays the field. That translates well on the mound. Also changes speeds really well with the curveball. As that fastball misses low and away. Puts the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. Hirschberger sets 2-1. Swung on and missed on that off-speed pitch. Evens it all up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hirschberger looking for the strikeout. He sets. He comes home. Curveball. He got the strikeout. Puts up a 0 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Spring Arbor takes the lead into the 9th. They lead this game 8-6. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network. To lead things off in the top of the ninth inning, looking to add a few more insurance runs is a left fielder, Josiah Kitchen. And he is greeted by number 22, Austin Calipetro. 1-1 on the season, 3.18 ERA, 17 innings of work, giving up 10 hits, 6 earned runs, 16 walks, 27 strikeouts. The 1-0 pitch to Kitchen, fastball inside for a strike. Calipetro has a good fastball. And by these stats, it looks like he has good command of it as well. The 1-1 misses low, puts the count 2 balls, 1 strike.
Cubs or White Sox?
Love to see Kitchen just get on here. Find a way. This is swung on into right field. AJ Montoya's under it. First out of the inning. And now that brings up the first baseman, Emilio Perez.
Number 30, Emilio Perez.
98, top 6. Is it in Chicago? Yeah. I think the Cubs were.
Perez digs in.
Yeah, they were.
And Perez has an RBI from probably one of his 2 walks.
Takes a first pitch fastball high. Perez just looking to meet something here. Meet a four-seam fastball. Sends it a long way. Could be huge for Spring Arbor. The 1-0 pitch fastball in for a strike. Evens the count up 1-1.
Hit or miss? Depends on the day.
Calipetro sets the 1-1, fouled back to the screen. He got around on it, but he was just under it. The 1-2 pitch misses high. Evens the count up 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And there's a lot of commotion going on around Scott Park here. You hear trains going by. There's several sirens going off. You never know. That could always affect the pitcher's mindset.
Absolutely. Can't really focus on there. Hearing too much. That's its 3rd or 4th train go by this game. 2-2 pitch from Perez. Strike 3 called on the fastball away. With 2 outs, brings up the shortstop. Number 11, Danilo Leon.
Number 11, Danilo Leon.
Where in Chicago are you from?
Naperville.
Oh, Naperville.
What are you?
Buffalo Grove.
Oh, okay.
First pitch from Leon, swung on, hit to third baseman. Picks it up, throws the first in time. So we are going to the bottom of the 9th. Last call for the Rockets as Spring Arbor leads this game 8-6. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network. The freshman, Vincent Hirschberger, is on the mound to close it off against a Division I program in Toledo. He has 3 saves on the season, going for his 4th. First pitch in to Michael Ryan's a curveball in for a strike.
And though Ryan is towards the bottom of the order, he's the 8th batter. He has 3 hits on the day, 2 RBIs. One of his hits being a double. So not somebody you can mess around with too much.
No, that one swung on a miss on another curveball, has him quickly in an 0-2 count. Hirschberger, the 0-2 wind-up curveball. This one darts way too far outside. Doesn't really threaten. Easy take there by Ryan. Hirschberger's looking for the strikeout. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball just misses away. Tough take there by Ryan, but a smart one. Evens the count up at 2-2. Hirschberger digs in. Ryan steps out. Comes back in. The 2-2 pitch from Vincent. Curveball misses away. Fills the count up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As I can't believe what's running through this freshman's head out there on the mound. The full count offering. Fastball. Strike 3 called!
And that is great to see for Hirschberger. I mean, this is one of the strongest batters so far in their lineup, and to just put him out like that.
Michael Ryan is fuming mad.
Casey Rose.
But his argument comes to no avail. First out of the inning. Now brings up the second baseman, Casey Ghost. First pitch from Hirschberger. That curveball's in for a strike.
And Ghost loves to get some contact here. He walked once, but he had a sacrifice, a ground out, fly out. He just loves hitting the ball.
High contact guy for sure. Second pitch is that curveball floats high. Evens the count up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Even though Ghost is the bottom of the order, like Andrew was saying, he's a high contact, high average guy. So not the kind of guy you really want to mess around with. That check swing, they're going to say a foul tip into the glove of Peyton Harding. And he's in an 0-2 count, 1-2 count. Now, Hirschberger, excuse me, looking for the second strikeout of the inning. Time is called by Ghost. Top of the order on deck and Brad Boss. Hirschberger would love to have 2 outs. This one swung on, right, hit down the right field line. Perez charging, not going to be able to get to it. Nice diving effort by Perez. To no avail. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. If you told Coach Markin heading into this game that you have a 2-run lead in the 9th inning with Hirschberger closing it out, I guarantee you he would take that every single time.
Oh, absolutely. Why wouldn't you?
Hirschberger's 1-2 pitch misses away. Evens the count up at 2-2. 2-2 pitch is that curveball popped up. Hirschberger's under it. Gonna make a circus type catch out there. I'm shocked, honestly, that no other infielder came over there and called him off.
Yeah.
But hey, he made the play. 2 outs in this inning. Brings up the last chance for Toledo. In number 12, Brad Boss.
And if you're Toledo, this is not necessarily who you want up. Brad Boss, in his 5 at-bats, he's had 2 strikeouts and an additional 1 looking. So
First pitch to him is that curveball for a strike. Hirschberger loves starting counts with a curveball. The 0-1 pitch from Vincent. This one's ground right to it. Bobbles it. He picks it up. Charging by Triplett. Throw to first. Not in time. And Hirschberger had the 3rd out of the inning. In his glove. Just bounced out. Couldn't regain himself. They're going to say that's an error on him. So now that's going to bring up Zach Schwarzenberger. No, it's going to be a pinch hitter. And number 30, John Cervello. Cervello's batting .344. So no slouch. Himself coming off the bench. Has 2 home runs, so there's some power in this bat. First pitch from Vincent is in for a strike. I'm sure Hirschberger's kind of kicking himself for missing that ground ball right to him. But he's got to focus up right here as he has Cervello swinging at another curveball quickly in an 0-2 count. 23 strikeouts to 15 walks, so could get a strikeout here. The 0-2 count. Curveball just misses high. Puts the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Cougars can feel this victory, even though no one probably wants to say it's a upset. It would be a major upset. The 1-2 pitch, curveball misses away. Evens the count up 2-2. This would be a huge confidence booster going into the stretch, the home stretch of the season. Hirschberger sets the 2-2 pitch. Oh, that one just misses away. Cougar infield and outfield was starting to run in as they thought that was a strike 3 called.
That was about as close as you can get, that's for sure.
As instead, it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Hirschberger misses low. So that's going to be a walk. And this is the batter Spring Arbor did not want to see in this inning. And Ross Adolph.
Now batting number 6, Ross Adolph.
Adolph has 10 home runs this season, so there is a lot of power in this bat. One swing of the bat can shift the tide from Spring Arbor to Toledo.
Absolutely. And needless to say, bottom of the 9th. A home run here would end the game.
Adolph is 1 for 2 with a hit and 2 walks. So we'll see what what Vincent Hirschberger has in store for Ross Adolph. I'm hoping he doesn't throw him a first pitch curveball because that's what he's thrown to every single batter to start this inning. First pitch is that curveball, but misses inside. Hirschberger sets, checks the runner at second. Comes home. Inside for a ball. Just like that. Spring Arbor had him. Hirschberger got the first 2 outs. And then had the 3rd out in his glove. But it just popped out. And then back-to-back walks. Just a walk. Puts runners at first and second now for one of the most dangerous hitters in the MAC. Ross Adolph. 2-0. Misses inside. Puts it 3 balls, no strikes. Maybe Hirschberger wants to face the man on deck in Bollinger, who's 1 for 4. As that one misses away, and that's going to load the bases for the first baseman, Dalton Bollinger. 1 for 4 on the day. Going to have a meeting on the mound first, so we're going to step away. Bases are loaded for the Rockets. 2 outs. Spring Arbor leads this 1 by 2. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network. So, after a couple wise words from Coach Markkinen, he heads back to the dugout. Bases loaded for the Rockets as Dalton Bollinger steps up to the plate. 2 outs. Vincent Hirschberger on the mound, looking for his 4th save of the season. First pitch misses away for a ball. Hirschberger has electric stuff. He just needs to come on and just attack these Rocket batters.
Mm-hmm.
Hirschberger sets. The 1-0 pitch. Curveball swung, hit to the second baseman Driscoll. Picks it up, flips to second base. In time, and Spring Arbor wins this game by the score of 8-6. Vincent Hirschberger comes in, does the job as Spring Arbor pulls the upset over the Toledo Rockets. Andrew, what are your thoughts on this game?
So I didn't want to say it coming in, but you've got to expect Toledo to win this one.
Right.
I mean, they're a Division I school playing in an all right conference with the MAC, and you just wouldn't expect Spring Arbor to come in and take this upset.
Absolutely.
And they throw in every pitcher we've got pretty much, and most of them come out throwing strong. We come out, we bat decently, we force some walks, and this is just unexpected, but very welcomed.
Absolutely. So Spring Arbor on the season is going to move to 19-20, and Toledo's going to move on to 12-21. As I'm sure this bus ride home for Spring Arbor is going to be a exciting one nonetheless. Happy bus. So we thank you. This is Matthew Plimentosh, my partner Andrew Jones. Thank you for listening as always. Have a good night. You're listening to the Cougar Sports Network.
God bless.